And moving on to the situation in the Middle East, officials from Western and Arab nations have wrapped up talks in Paris about providing military assistance for war-torn Iraq. The conclusion made by some 30 countries was to provide aid. This as the U.S. begins another round of airstrikes against the militant positions in Iraq. Our Park Ji-won has this report.
The U.S. has expanded its aerial bombing campaign to target IS militants near Baghdad. It was the 162nd round of airstrikes by the U.S. in Iraq since early August, but the first since Washington's move to form a global coalition against IS and the first in direct support of Iraqi forces fighting the militants. On the diplomatic front, some 30 Western and Arab countries, including Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait, gathered for the Paris summit, where they pledged to provide military support to Iraq to help the war-torn nation defeat Islamic State militants. Iraq's President Fuad Massoum, co-host of the conference, said action must come quickly. France, host nation of the summit, has already begun surveillance flights over Iraq in preparation for further military action. French fighter jets taking off from United Arab Emirates flew over Iraq on Monday on a reconnaissance mission. Iraq's Kurds, who have scored some significant victories over IS in recent weeks, welcomed the global efforts to quash the extremists.
This summit in Paris is a historic summit, especially for the Kurdish people and the government. It is a very important step to destroy IS with help from friendly countries such as the great powers France, the US, and Britain.
However, the summit's joint communique made no mention of Syria, the other country IS controls large parts of. Neither Syria nor its main ally Iran were represented at the summit, mostly assembled by the U.S. While the U.S. warned Syrian President Bashar al-Assad not to interfere with potential U.S. airstrikes inside his country, Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei on Monday expressed his discontent with the U.S. coalition from a hospital where he had just undergone prostate surgery.
In the last few days, we've had some excitement, and with that excitement, we've been hearing from American officials making comments on forming a state, which are blank, hollow, and self-serving, and lack in any direction.
Although Iran says it supports the Syrian and Iraqi government's fight against the militants, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry said last week that it would be inappropriate for Tehran to join the global coalition because Iran is a state sponsor of terrorism. Park Ji-won, Arirang News.